We're going to try something a little bit different here today, guys. In fact, I went back to an old shooting location. Great, I know I need to dust this shelf behind me, but, just wanted to change things up a little bit here. And as you can tell from the title of the video, we're going to be talking about Fanboys, but I'm going to talk about how, and I hate to say this, guys, and you guys might, be stunned to hear this, but we've all been fanboys. I mean, let's be honest. We've all been fanboys, or we've liked something in our teenage or adolescent years that we look back on as going, wow, why did I ever like that? I'm ashamed to have ever liked or found enjoyment in any specific certain thing. And I wanted to make a video about this for a while. It's kind of something that I feel could make a decent little discussion here. And one of the main reasons why is every single day. There isn't a single day that goes by here on this channel where I get a comment, a message, a private message, email, whatever the case may be, directed my way of saying something along the lines of, wow, I used to be a fan of such and such. I saw your video you made about this person or that person years ago and I hated you. In fact, I even subscribed to your channel, just a thumbs down every single video you made after that point. But you know what, as time went on, as I started growing up, I realized that this guy's making good points and I was an irrational fanboy and I've actually grown to like you, Archfiend. And that's like the type of comments and the type of just mentality changes, if you will, that I don't know if you want to say inspire in people, but anyway, when I see stuff like that, I'm like good. I'm glad I could help people along and just see the quote unquote error in their ways, because this is something we all fall into, and I'm not even exempt from that. Another reason why I decided to make this video was because of a little movie called Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure. Now, let me tell you something. I seen this movie with me and my friends. We watched it, I would say close to 50 times, like no exaggeration. We'd watch it all the time. I remember when it came out in the theaters. I remember when it came out on VHS. Back then we only had VHS. We'd watch it till the tape just decayed and barely showed an image that resembled the movie. Anyway, point being is, I remember loving that movie as a kid. And I hadn't seen the movie in, I would say, it's close to 15 years now. And it came on TV, and I was like, oh, I remember this movie. Shit, my friends and I watched it all the time. I'm going to go ahead and check it out. Because, I have, fond memories of laughing at it and, quoting lines ad nauseum with my friends and I. And I started watching it, and I continued watching it. And about 20-30 minutes into the film, I'm going, this isn't funny. This is minimally entertaining. In fact, it's barely entertaining. In fact, it's terrible. It's awful. This is a horrible film. What the hell did I ever find that was so fascinating, interesting, or entertaining at all in this movie? And it's at that point that I realized, and well, I've realized this before, but it just affirmed to me that we all like stupid shit when we're younger. I mean, unless you're the one person out there that doesn't fall into this example, I mean, Jesus Christ. Just watching that movie and just seeing wow, I thought this part was funny, but now when I watch it, it's dumb. Anyways, the point is that we're all fanboys. We're all fanboys at least at some point in life. And again, unless you're that one person that falls outside the realm of being an idiot that found something that was entertaining that in your adult years you would look back on and just want to induce vomiting. We're all, and I'll even give a few more examples just to show this. I mean, go into music tastes. All right, okay, yeah, I know I'm a fan of Lady Gaga today, which doesn't speak volumes, but anyway. I used to listen to New Kids on the Block, and my friends and I used to listen to New Kids on the Block, and last I checked, none of us, grew up odd in any way, shape, or form. And I know looking back on that, I'm like, wow, that's a boy band. How could I'd be entertained, and my friends and I'd be entertained by a boy band. Like I remember, like we would wait for one of like their new songs to debut on the radio, and back then we had cassette tapes. And like we'd record it and like, oh, we got the new Kids on the Block song, Hanging Tough. And I remember one day like one of my friends lost the tape, and we were like mad, legitimately angry at that friend for like losing the tape that had the new single that debuted on the radio last night for New Kids on the Block. And like looking back on it, I'm like, wow, they're as generic as any just, bred boy band that comes out today. There's like minimal music talent. They're kind of just thrown together. They're given an image, and they're basically force-fed on the radio and shoved on MTV. And well, granted, MTV doesn't really show videos nowadays, but anyway, you get what I'm saying. And I look back at their music today, and I go, wow, it's just garbage. It's just generic boy band pop. It's nothing. It's just force-fed crap. And again, as going back to my adolescent years and just saying, wow. It must happen to all of us. And it's kind of weird because, I make it well, I don't want to say a living here, but one of the main things on my channel is just like pointing and laughing at these fanboys. And how could I just not take a second just to point and laugh at myself here? I mean, I'm not that much of an egotistical maniac that I can't sit here and say, wow, my life has never had a flaw in it or anything. And not that I consider, like, being a fanboy a major flaw in your life, but it really is something just to kind of step back, because, like, with a channel like this that has to deal with the utter fanboy retardation, you just have to kind of sit back and say, Archfiend, you were that kid once. Maybe not to the level of retardation that you see from a lot of these fanboys, but I'd beg to differ that anyone here, even the most intelligent people, they've been a fanboy at some point in their life. I mean, let's be realistic and shit. And I guess just one last example I want to talk about. I guess probably the biggest thing that I was a fanboy of in my entire life, and we'll end this whole, diary entry of a video here, is WWF. Holy shit, was I a fanboy for WWF. I remember just hating WCW. I hated the wrestlers just because they wrestled for WCW. I mean, I loved them when they came over to WWF, which isn't too hypocritical. But I would get to the point where I wrote physical letters. Like, I remember writing letters when the Westminster Dog Show would preempt WWF Monday Night Raw, and I would write letters to like USA Network saying, this is terrible. This is a company that has to compete with WCW and Ted Turner and all his money. And I'm looking back, I'm like, wow, I seriously took time out of my life for that shit. It's just a little Monday Night Wrestling show. It's grown men in tights grappling with each other. Calm down, Archfiend. And that's why I look back at that point in my life, and I used to love watching the ratings come in. Like, I used to brag. I remember going on like message boards and chat forums and all this other shit. Like, every time the ratings would get released, and just laughing like when WWF would be in the top of the ratings. And boy, if that shit hasn't come full circle, because WWF for Monday Night Raw just got a 2.4 rating last week. When WCW was going out of business, they were getting like 2.1, 2.1, getting in the mid-twos. Last episode of Nitro got a 3.0. And it's like, wow, WWF, WWE has now gotten to the point that they're no better than WCW in its final days. And it's like, wow, I mean, I was a fanboy stuck up for this company, here they are. They're doing no better in viewership than WCW was in its dying days. Granted, I know they make a lot more money because they still sell pay-per-views and merchandise and all this other stuff comparatively to WCW in its dying days. But you get my point. So anyway, I just want to come clean. Is there anything that you guys out there, I mean, I know a lot of you guys now are just like, turncoat fans to me that, used to love this person that I ran it against and now do that. I'm not so, curious as to find out stuff like that, but like, is there stuff that you guys liked as a kid? And I know I very rarely ask like this, comment please shit. I'm not necessarily asking it for that reasons. I'm genuinely interested in stuff that you guys are interested in, that you just look back on and you go, wow, holy shit, how the hell was I ever a fan of this music group, this TV show, this movie, this whatever? Because my God, I could make this video 5 hours long going over the laundry list of shit that I look back on and go, whew, I don't know, I don't understand how I found any humor or entertainment in this, but I did when I was young. And, you know, as the proverbial saying goes, you know, young and dumb. And that's what a lot of us were when we were young. So, anyways, that's pretty much it for this diary entry. And, oh yeah, one last thing. I know a lot of you guys are writing me, WhatTheBuck. He made a video talking about the Twitter war he got in with me, and a lot of the harsh things I said, and he regretted a lot of things that he said. Now, I don't necessarily respect what he does, because he pretty much came out and flat out said that, yeah, he is a money whore. He is someone who has 2 mortgages. He is someone who acknowledges that his viewership is dropping rapidly, and he needs to try and, you know, create new avenues to help supplement the income that he once had, because he's living a particular lifestyle that he wants to maintain. And it just pretty much reaffirms everything that I knew about him, everything that a lot of us knew about him. And the video he made was just so blatantly honest. Again, not that I respect what he does, but I can sit back and respect enough that he came out with such honesty, because, you know, you're never going to see something like that from someone like, you know, like an whore, or just, you know, anyone else that I criticize, who they'll never come out and say, yeah, I created this gaming channel because I want more money. And that's pretty much what he said. Yes, he wants to be entertaining as well, and he said that as well, but yeah, he absolutely said flat out that he's doing it because, yes, he wants more money. And, you know, and he says he understands why the gaming community would have a hateful view of him, and he respects that. So I don't know how we can't sit back and say, yeah, okay, I respect your opinion as well. So I just want to thank him for making that video, and thank him for being brutally honest. Again, I don't respect what he does as being a YouTube money whore, but again, he still was honest enough to be honest. It's kind of redundant. Anyway, so yeah. And that's pretty much all there is to it. I'm not going to sit here and make more videos bashing about him, and I know a lot of you guys want me to just, you know, motivate this or elevate this further, and just, I'm done with him. So anyway, Buck, nice job with that video. Again, just whatever. Anyway, that's about everything. Thank you guys, and again, we're all fanboys at some point, so I just want to end on that note. Take care. Have a great day, a better tomorrow. And I got spiders up the ass in this house. It's the spider webs and stuff. I don't know. What else do you want me to end this with? It's Halloween, people. Have a good day.